right? So you're doing a total, you're doing a sum, you're doing an average, but sometimes you need to use this thing called where. I'm like, oh my God, what the heck is this, right? So this says you're pulling out information before you do anything else to it, right? Where means you're going to filter the records based on the criteria before you aggregate them. Aggregate, sum, sort, right? Because if you think about it, you're going to get different results. So you're going to apply a certain condition first. I want to extract things that meet this condition, and then I'm going to do my mathematical operations. Or you're going to do it on the whole data set. We have 50 people in this class. If I do an average on the class, I'm going to get one result. If I decide to look at those that are coming into class versus those that are remote, I'm going to apply a where, right? And where would give me a different number, I would assume, because there are different people or numbers in there. So I got a whole bunch of stuff. It's like a book on Microsoft Access here. This here is another example where you would come up with a calculating field. Let's say you're a bank and you lend out a mortgage and it has interest and principal, and you want, a statement to be issued on a monthly basis to the household. So what would be the payment plan, right? And if they decided to do it in 15 years versus 30, obviously the system can calculate that. You can do that in Microsoft Excel, but you could also do that in Access. And the beauty about Access is maybe there's a promotion to refinance. Maybe there's data you want to collect on second and third mortgages, line of credits, and those type of things. So you can begin to look at the data a lot differently than a flat spreadsheet. I'm going through this real quick because I really want to get you guys into your groups. So I'll go over this a little bit more as we get closer to the homework. You do not have to do this on the midterm. So that's why I put the homework number 2 after the midterm. And I ask you please to go to TA office hours. He is a little genius when it comes to these things, but you can also attend my hours too. What you do need to know for the exam are these last couple of slides and how they apply to concepts, right? Order of operations is important. That makes some sense, right? You can develop queries the same way as you did in homework 1. You have an expression builder, which is a wizard, where you can go right into the data sheet view or the design view and start typing away. Which view would you do? Anybody?
The design view?
Design view, right? Data sheet view gives you a look at your data. Design view allows you to structure your tables and do your queries, right? So one is, a view of information. The other one is to command what to do with that information, right? And you can do lots of these different things, both at the form level, at the table level, and at the query level. What's another name for an ERD? So we know it's a data model, right? You need to do that before you can do the design. What's another name for that? Blueprint, right? So data models are essential, right, for database. You set up the rules before you begin to do the design. Absolutely important to remember. Entities equal tables, primary keys convert over. Foreign keys are what allows the tables to be related and talk, right? It allows customer ID to be used in many different tables. You don't use it in the entity, but you use it in the design so that it's accurate. It's the same value, okay? Normalization, right out of the textbook. Make sure you understand the concept, right? What I indicated in your entities where you had multiple themes, or you had an entity for stick, helmet, whatever, if you converted that to a table design, it would not be structured correctly. So normalization says, oh, I've combined two different themes into one table. I need to break that up. Or my table is way too granular and it doesn't make sense. Like it's a one-to-one value. And if it's a one-to-one value, then you can do that as a menu option or a drop-down, right? Data redundancy, again, important concept for the midterm, right? It means that some data fields are repeated in the database. And so, in order, there's a question?
Adam asks, what do you mean by blueprint?
Blueprint is architecture. You're setting up the overall design before you actually begin to build. In the book, they call it blueprint and they call it a conceptual model because it's not physical at this particular point. It's a vision of how you want the system to look and what are the basic rules. Okay? Data integrity, the reason why this is important, you guys end up with some problems in homework number 1 is you don't want BUID to be stored differently in different tables. You want it to be exactly the same. And then, should you need to delete, which is called cascading, you want that BUID to be deleted in all tables that has the same value, right? So that your tables are pristine. You don't have my name spelled differently in different tables, right? I want it to be consistent. This last one is data inconsistency. So here's where it's human error, and this is where you really need to think it through. I mistyped DeFronzo, DeFronzo is how I spell my last name, but I have a typo. Instead of Z on the keyboard, I put in an X. I'm now going to have 2 records, right? And that's why, again, last name would not be a good primary key. If I have 2 records, that also means that I'm probably going to be getting information to both of my last names to the same address, right? So that's data inconsistency. It's human error placed on the data. And you can have checks and balances on that. But generally, it's human stuff, so you want to do a review. So these are important as you think about preparing for Thursday's exam review. If you don't understand them, reread the chapter, but ask some questions on Thursday. Questions. I'm going fast because we'll get to this again, but the number 1 agenda item I want today is I created the teams based on the team projects, and I want you to get to know each other a little bit and exchange information and start setting up some schedules because, believe me, right after the midterm, it goes by really quick, and there are 2 big deliverables. Deliverable number 1, you're going to read the hospital case in the textbook, and you're going to do a PowerPoint business presentation like a consultant would. And part two, you're gonna have to use Lucid Chart, one per team. And you're gonna have to identify the business process, the workflow, issues that need to be addressed. And I'll teach you how to do business process mapping, but that would be one of the assignments. Do not copy last semester's work. It is not the same example. You will flunk if you do that. It is not the same. It's a new part of the case, okay? That's team project number one. Team project number two, you want me a deliverable pretty soon and you can read it. You have to give me an outline of what you're going to do for your final presentation. It's going to be a research topic that you find interesting as a team in the IT industry, right? And there's a wealth of information out there, so I'm expecting an outline, and we can then discuss that so that it's not done, the day before it's due, right? So it shows research. Those that are in the Eastern Standard Time Zone friendly, which includes Midwest and West Coast, you will do presentations as a team during the class session. There are two teams that are 12 plus hours ahead. You will do your presentation on a Wednesday night at 9 p.m. The rest of the class does not need to attend. I'll be there. Okay? So what I'm going to do is throw you into breakout rooms. So you should have a message to join the breakout room, so please do.
Good. It's just like. Yeah. Are all the rest of you guys too? Okay. Cool. Well, that's convenient. Yeah, whether I don't know whether it's a
So I see some students have already joined their breakout rooms, but there's a number of you that
Professor, I don't have a notification to join a room.
Yeah, you have to assign the people. That hasn't been in a room.
I'm surprised because how do you use Zoom to get in?
To assign people?
We're missing just one, yeah, who's not on Boston.
Adam, I see that you're still on.
Yes, I don't have a notification to join a breakout room, and I think some other students are experiencing the same.
I don't have a notification either, Professor.
So I can do this real quick. So Adam, you're in group 4, right? Do you
I
remember?
believe so.
Huh?
Let me look really quickly.
Okay, and with you is, only a few, man. And Julio, you're in group 4 too, right?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay. Anna, which group are you in? Do you remember? Anna.
I'm just looking. I'm in group 3.
I think actually.
Christopher, what group are you in? Chris,
Yeah, I think I'm in group 4.
can you check? Eleanor, what group are you in?
I'm in group 4.
Okay. Jason,
I'm in group 1.
Chris, did you check?
Yeah, I pulled up the PDF. I'm in group 4.
Okay. Mary,
I'm trying to see what group I'm in. I have no idea.
there's a listing in questrom tools. It says team, so I'll let you look. Ryan,
I think it's everyone.
Ryan.
Yeah.
Wen Ting,
I'm in group 5.
okay. William,
Group 6.
thank you. Javier, did I say it right? I'm sorry.
You say Xavier? I'm in group 5.
Adam, you're back. Why?
I think I was in, I don't remember exactly. I think I'm in team 2, not team 4. I could be wrong. I'm looking for the sheet.
Adam, you're on team 2. I'm looking at my sheet.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that.
And I'm on team 6. No. I'm not in team 2. I'm in team 6. Adam is in team 2.
Sorry.
I got an invite to 2.
So, I don't see you to move. Oh, what team are you on, Mary? I'm sorry.
I'm on 6.
Bye.
Bye.
I'm on one.
Adam, why are you back again?
I'm sorry. I'm in team 2, not team 4.
And that makes me also in team 2, I think.
I was Chris.
Oh, no, I think it's
Julio, right? All right, who do we have left? Alwabin, you're in 2, right?
Oh, I think I found it actually.
Ryan, do you know what team you're?
I'm in team 10.
I don't know why Captain Class got into their teams perfectly. Will,
I'm in team 10 too.
team 10?
Yep.
I'm also in team 10.
Who just said that?
Me.
I have you listed as team 10, but it says you haven't joined, so there should be a message.
Okay.
And Adam, I don't get what's going on.
So I think I was in team 4. You assigned me to team 4, and that was my mistake. But I'm in team 2.
I moved you to team 2.
Huh. I don't have a notification, unfortunately.
Mr. Wong? Oh, that's right. Sahil, what team are you in?
I'm in team 7.
7? Sorry. Oops. I put it in 7. Yeah. No. I have you, Adam, as not joined in team 2. There's,
I think they might have to rejoin. I think they might have to rejoin the room if that's the case.
so that I don't know what to do with you guys.
Professor, I'm gonna leave the room once and come back in. Is that okay?
My Zoom just
Matthew,
dropped.
what team are you in?
It's 3 is the number, I think. But my Zoom just dropped out.
Oh.
Back in. Yeah. Thank you.
So, Robin, can you? I don't know. You're in team 2, Adam, right? You accept. So you were frozen on team 1.
I guess we can just like go through.
Did you just get a new invite?
I did not. I think I should be able to figure it out. Hold on one second.
And the same with Robin. I see
Yeah.
you not joined, but do you have a message?
No, I'm not getting any messages.
Julio, I see you as available for room 2, but not in there.
Really? I just rejoined. Is it still?
Oh, Adam is now in room 2.
Oh, okay. I'm not getting. I think it was because I left this
All right, I'm going to put you in team 1 and then move you to team 2, okay? I just moved you. Now see if you get a message to join team 2.
Okay.
Robin, I'm going to do the same thing to you. I'm going to move you to 1. And then I'm going to send you another to go to team 2. You should now have it.
Nope.
So I think your system freezes. Can you log off and join back the class? And then
Yeah.
I'll immediately see.
Okay.
And I'm wondering if some students are on the Boston University Zoom versus the.
Oh, that might be an issue because did you pre-assign the rooms before the class?
Based on their email address.
Yeah, so they might have logged in wrong. They probably used the link rather than the SSO, and that's why they couldn't go into the.
Right. Robin.
Yeah.
Can you sign back into the class? And I can move you.
Yeah, okay.
So do you have an invite, Julio? Because I just moved you.
No, doesn't seem like I'm getting anything.
You want to try quickly closing all the rooms and then sending them back in, just so that the system on your end refreshes.
You know how useless it is for you.
I said, do you want to quickly close all the rooms so that the system on your end refreshes and that they would all get notifications?
No, because I don't want to bounce everybody out,
Yeah, that's true.
right?
Is there a way for each breakout room to add people to it, or?
So that's what I'm trying to do, but for some reason it has something to do with how you both signed in.
Hmm. This is so strange.
I'm trying to figure out, because you were in there once. I'm gonna try moving you to 1, and then
Okay.
move you back. Do you see the 1 invite?
No.
I don't think he's getting it right at all.
Okay. For both you and Awabin, are you still there?
Oh, you have to admit a lot in the
So, Julio,
Yeah.
go to questrom.zoom.us.
Mm-hmm. Like on the internet?
Yeah, questrom.zoom.us and sign in that way.
Let's see.
I mean, I'm sort of thinking to myself, there's like
I-
10 teams.
You know what? I'm going to stop the recording. I've got a better idea.
I'm assuming.
Okay, it looks like everybody's rejoining. Well, when you want technology to work, it doesn't always work, right? So 80% of you got into your rooms without any issue, and then we had some problems. So for those of you that we had a problem, I apologize, but we figured that out and got things moving. The most popular questions, and I'll put out an email tonight that clearly articulates the due dates, because I moved things around several times to be in your favor. And I think I have to update the assignment tab. We have no class the Tuesday of Thanksgiving week. I call it a lab. That way there, the assignment is due, and I'll make it at the end of the week just to make it easier for you guys. But that way there, if you had a last minute, oh, professor, we need a little bit of help, can you go over? You know, we could set up a Zoom time and I can help you with the final analysis. That's for the business process map and for the hospital case. The outline is due November 6th. That's for the final project. And it can be almost anything in IT that you, the team, think is interesting, reinforces the concepts of the class, or something that you want to do as a showcase for a future interview, whether it be for internship or job. Last semester, I had a bunch of students work together and did an interactive map on COVID plotting across the world. And it was based on, data that was available from Johns Hopkins, which I thought was pretty cool. We've done cyber currency, where, we do some investigation, but then there's some investment, and it can be anything, Internet of Things. You can be looking at, AR, VR applications, something that you think is of value to take away, rather than just definitions, right? Questions on that? Okay, so I have office hours anyways coming up. So after office hours, when I get home, I'll send out an email. I'm gonna publish the fall 2020 try-me. I can't call it a practice exam, right? We're not supposed to do it, but I'm doing it for you guys. So you can take it, and that'll kind of help you a little bit with how questions are structured. Some are true definitions, and a lot of them are application. but don't worry. Go through the chapters for Thursday. I will start off with the glossary and just start going through terms left and right to make sure we understand them. And I'll get through as much as the material as I can. For the exam, you do not have to do queries. You do not have to do a database design. You do not have to do an entity relationship diagram, those homeworks. You do have to apply the concepts, right? So, if I said, Mary is working with JoJo, creating an entity relationship diagram for the BU student housing. The entity called student and the entity called housing would have what as a relationship? And there would be multiple choice. Obviously, what would it be? Student to housing. Probably zero or many, and it's going to be many on the opposite side, right? Because undergraduates, if you transfer, you only have 2 years. If you start as a freshman, you have 4, so you've got multiple dwellings. We want to keep that information, right? So it's that type of thing. So look through those questions. Questions for me? All right, do we have any gamblers? Anybody willing to admit? I bet my class comes in highest on the midterm. Because I think I have some of the best students at BU. So if you guys don't freak, you should do really, really well, right? Don't get stressed. Okay? See ya.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You gamble?
Yeah.